Hey, my Moon Collective, welcome back. Let's get this mic together because what is it doing? Y'all see it? What do you got going on? It better stay right. Okay. But how y'all doing, Moon Collective? I hope y'all feeling great today. And I am back with another lesson and message. Okay. So I've been going through a lot, and we already know if you follow me on TikTok, you know that everything is a message to me. But it's like, where do you learn what message is yours and what message is for other people and what message is for everyone? So, since July is about self trust, and this is week 3, mm, excuse me, excuse me, we are asking ourselves what strengthens self trust? Like, how do we build trust back up within ourselves? So self trust grows every time you choose yourself, follow through with yourself to prove that your voice matters. Like you matter to you. You have to prove to yourself that what other people say matters, but yours comes first. Um, Information, intuition. So I got that from one of my friends, and I didn't think about it like that until last night. And she's like, and like the way she did it, and that's how I feel about impossible. Like I'm possible, like duh. So it's working on reframing, like, oh, I can't do that, to who says I can't do that, right? So this week you will be learning from yourself to understand that self-trust is not something you find, it's something you build. You recognize the actions that strengthen their relationship with themselves, boundaries, and self-compassion, and it creates trust. When you love on yourself, it definitely creates trust. So practice showing yourself the love that you show others. Practice, excuse me, begin creating evidence that you are someone you can trust. You are someone you can trust. This week we're talking about the strength card because it takes a lot of strength to actually go within and follow what you say. Like you're like, oh, I'm gonna do this, and then you're like, I don't feel like doing it, but you have to. I just thought of Mel Robbins, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You have to take that leap. You have to push yourself off the ledge to go. Wow, the Fool card just brought that into, like, because that's what she says. She goes 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and she goes and does whatever it is. So she pushes herself off the ledge, literally. So this week, the pattern we're noticing is, how do you treat yourself when no one's around? 333. Because I was about to tell you guys, that matters the most. When you're like, oh yeah, I'm going to do this. And if you don't do it, do you beat yourself up? Do you beat yourself up? And look, these are key points we have. Do you keep promises to yourself? Do you speak kind words to yourself? Do you listen to your intuition when it speaks? Do you honor your own needs? 411, do you listen to your body's information? Do you abandon yourself to avoid disappointing others? And it's bringing up the situation that I had with my child. I've been going through a lot, and I feel like it's mother wounds that I'm still working through. And I was very agitated because my baby cries a lot, guys, and sometimes it's too much for me. And um, I was like asking my oldest, to take the kids to, well, I didn't ask. I told them they were going. And that is something that starts people pleasing and, breaks our self trust because we're like, okay, well, I've always had to do it to make my mom happy, or this is what I needed to do to make other people around me happy. But I said that, and that's funny because I do create these lessons, but I always forget why this pattern happens. Most people learned to build trust with everyone else before learning how to build trust with themselves. And I stumbled over my words because that's exactly what happened. And I keep saying, I'm not going to make my kids like that. I'm doing that. And noticing the pattern is a part of self trust as well. And moving forward with what it's teaching you, 555 on the clock, it knows, what it's teaching you. And it's up to you to trust in yourself enough to have the strength to turn that thing around. So what am I going to do? I am going to not yell, hey, I kind of need some help right now. I'm overwhelmed. Can you help me out? And I've also gotten frustrated because I've done that. But when I'm already at my ticking time bomb, it's like nothing can bring it down. So what I should do is take it upon myself and I remove myself from the situation. Trusting and knowing that everything will be okay because it's just a moment. So we're taught to be responsible for others, make others comfortable. Don't disappoint people and put yourself last. But self-trust requires a different question. Am I someone I can depend on? Am I someone I can depend on? You might have to ask yourself that question twice, 3 times, as many times as you need to, just to start building that trust in yourself. And it's very important because our mind likes to answer questions, which is why we get recurring thoughts. So why or asking yourself these things are very essential and they will help move on. So what strengthens self-trust is self-trust is not built through one huge transformation. It's built through repetition. Listening to yourself. Oh, excuse me. Every promise you keep to yourself is proof that you can trust yourself. But then we have listening to yourself. Self-trust requires hearing your own voice, silencing out the noise. When we say noise, we literally mean the outside world, things that are helping those negative thoughts run through your mind when you're working on reframing them already. You're working on one negative thought, reframing it, and then 5 more come in. So it's learning to listen to that one small voice that wants to be heard under all of the loud ones inside your head. So questions that you want to ask yourself is, what is my intuition telling me? What am I avoiding because I already know? What truth have I been not trying to hear? What truth have I been trying not to hear? Your intuition doesn't need permission to speak. It needs you to listen. Stop, look, and listen. My name is Luna. And I don't think I've introduced myself, and we're almost 10 minutes in. Hi, guys. My name is Samantha, but I go by Luna Mara. I'm Samantha the Millionaire, in case you guys didn't know. And we are on a journey, a self-love journey. And I am your self-love coach, and I am also your tarot reader teacher. I teach you how to trust your intuition. And it all starts with self-trust. So here we're learning to keep boundaries with ourselves and others. That's a lot of lessons that we need to learn because we've outsourced, we've learned to please others instead of ourselves first. So boundaries are not just about other people, they are promises you make to yourself. I will not continue returning to situations that hurt me. I will honor my energy. I will stop abandoning myself to keep someone else comfortable. And I'm called to share when I feel unsure in my own skin, I go to other people to see how they feel about me, or why. I start asking questions about why they're around me. Why am I your friend? Why am I in your life? And that's from abandoning yourself so long because you've looked for trust in other people. Self-trust grows when your actions matches your values. Now, people pleasing in that sense can hurt. But when you're doing it out of genuine love for yourself and it comes from a genuine place, that's when we know the difference. So learning self-compassion, we talk about mistakes that we've made in the past, learning to love yourself again, learning to forgive. Forgiving is very significant. We love to put, oh, I need to forgive everyone around me. Forgive yourself first. Forgive yourself first. 11:07 was on the clock. That's that mirror divine. Like, find the divine within inside yourself. Okay. Starting over can be scary, but that's where you trust yourself to know that everything's gonna work out, regardless. We have ups and downs in life, and you just have to trust in yourself to know that if something doesn't work out, you learn from that lesson and you move forward with it. Learning instead of shaming. We're all learning. We had a conversation with my mom, and she was telling me about the conversation she had with my cousin. And she's like, we can't keep excusing people for their ages because of the things that they do. Well, yes and no, because there's also times that people don't learn the lessons that we learn at the same time. Some things aren't taught to some people. And that's up to us to be like, oh, okay, well, since I know that you don't know no better, let me teach you. Trust isn't built by never failing. It's built by knowing you will come back to yourself. So apparently we already are about to start this reading because I've already talked about the strength card. We'll get deeper into it, into the reading, because we know strength is about courage, inner strength, compassion, patience, confidence, emotional control, and gentle power and self-mastery. And to me, it's learning to tame that inner beast quiet, like with compassion. Trusting yourself enough to know that the fears or the beast that you've always allowed to show is just a scared little cub inside trying to find its roar. So starting our reading today, we have the Five of Wands. We have inner conflict, wanting to play, dare to be different, the Hanged Man. So seeing as with the Five of Wands, I gave two different ways of how you can see this card naturally, and it's not in the reverse. I see inner conflict within yourself, your energy trying to find its way out, but it's being stagnated. It wants you to be creative because this one with the polka dots is different. Like, yeah, everybody else, has on different clothing, but he got on polka dots. They're probably like, why do you have on polka dots, dude? But he's the only one, like, not really. He's like, I don't know. He's like defensive, but he's not. And he's just like, whatever. He's just like, whatever. And then it's giving play, like they're sword fighting. They're actually, play could be where you get your, where you release that energy, and not just saying playing like gonna go play a game. Play in the things that you are trying to find that interest you again in this new beginning. Like drawing, coloring, you know, as an adult, I still love to color. I still love to draw. I can't draw for shit in my own perspective, but I can get a good image, and I can get somebody else to draw it and then make it look better. Like, so it's it's not always about making things perfect, seeing things in a different perspective, learning to turn things upside down so that you can take a break and actually do things that bring you enjoyment. You trusting yourself enough to be able to express yourself the way you want to, not other people's way of how they see you. They may see you in this hangman energy, like, well, what is they doing? And you're over here like, minding my goddamn business. Okay. So those of you that don't know, when I touch anywhere on my face, now I know that, but it's mainly my nose. It's dead on. I've been learning that. It's giving be careful. Be careful with me. So also be careful with the people around you. Just thought about somebody specific, and be careful who you tell your ideas to. Not saying that other people can't, we all have ideas that are, awesome, and you can make them into your own. But it's like sometimes that very unique one you should not tell everyone about. So I'm feeling called to tell you I'm doing this challenge, 25 days of silence. I'm working on something behind the closed doors, and I haven't told anybody about it. Like, I've told people that I'm doing something, but I don't know. Nobody knows exactly what it is. And everybody just looks at me, and I'm like, it's going to work out. And now I'm getting called to talk about bottlenecks, like the things in the way. That's another thing with this Five of Wands and this Hangman. Learning to pause to read and understand what's going on around you. Because the bottlenecks, it's like things they're distractions. It's not even like a bad, it's just pent up energy, distractions. The Devil card with the Seven of Pentacles. Invest into your masculine energy. Teach him to ground confirmation. It's like I'm saying it's an energy, but it's like he is still attached to something that he has invested in. Because I have the exactly how I showed you, the female is uncovered and the male is blocked, but we have the male confirmation in the Seven of Pentacles. Or it could be the feminine energy is still attached to fear and old wounds and trying to see things from a different perspective. They're having inner conflict. Your feminine energy could be having trouble seeing things from a different energy. Maybe it's still attached to fear, but it feels it's working on that. She's working on facing her fears. And it's like your masculine is just waiting. Your feminine's stuck in past emotions. That's what she's attached to, letting go of the past emotions. But there's a bridge. There may just be things that, looking at it from a different perspective, she's having trouble looking at the emotions in a different light. Because it's not that it's bad, it's just everything makes it like what we were taught and what has been embedded in our head have caused us to feel that we are no good. That we are no good. But that is not true. Because at the end of the day, you had to spill those cups. People forget that we have to go through lessons in life. We have to have a life experience. We are a soul, a spirit, literally having a human experience. I don't know if I said this in a video or if I said this on a live, but we are literally human beings. We're meant to be human. We're meant to make mistakes. We're meant to learn from them. We're not meant to dwell on them. And I feel like the feminine energy is having a hard time with that. And the masculine now is like, I'm doing so much work. I'm just waiting for you to catch up. Maybe it's twin flame energy. Maybe not. I don't know. Yeah. I got maybe, so you may be feeling like you're the feminine that's stuck and attached, but you're actually the one waiting for someone to catch up, or for other emotions, or just life to catch up. It feels like you might just be waiting for life to catch up. 22 on the clock when I said that, okay? You're just waiting for life to catch up. So don't focus on what happened in the past. Focus on where you can direct this new energy and this playful energy. Stop investing it into fears. Invest it into liberation, because I don't know what this wants to be. The Tower moment in reverse. Let the Tower moment happen. Invest in that liberation, like I said. Invest in releasing those past moments, because I'm covering the 2 cups up with the Tower card in reverse under the Devil. So your shadow, maybe doing some shadow work could help you. Okay. This Tower in reverse is giving rebuilding from past pain and fears. Invest all of that energy, that conflicted energy, and invest it into something that can be better. Because the Tower card in upright is breaking down the old walls. So it makes sense that in the reverse, I'm feeling building that shit back up. Hallelujah. Wow. I don't know. That was funny. Hallelujah. The Knight of Wands fell on the floor. And he's sideways. Okay. Sitting sideways. Okay. Invest that energy from the past into it's bucking. It's asking you to find it again. But you're also not allowing people to comment Page of Wands. You've learned your lesson from juggling past, presents, past situations. finding inner liberation. No more quick investments. Actually planning. Going to gather the information. To complete this cycle. You've completed that cycle. It's trying to show you that you're whole again, that you've done a lot, you've changed so much. And the band, like they give me band-aids, the red in there. It's like you had to patch some things up. You had to learn these lessons. Not everything is here to make you sad. Not everything is here to be a good time. Not everything is meant for you to invest in it. Stop looking at it as conflict and look at it as lessons, guys. You have to learn that trust in yourself. Take a break. Take a break. You had to take a break, pause, but you also want to put your mind to rest. 26 on the clock, baby. What? Put your mind to rest. Hallelujah. 33. You've learned a lot. Prayer could be significant. Protecting your peace at all costs. How do they do that? Okay, we have the Two of Pentacles, learning balance, your emotions, seeing which ones when you're okay. So sometimes the emotions will be high, sometimes they'll be low, and you'll have low days and you'll have high days where they're not bothering you, but you just got to learn how to dance. It's the life of the dance of life. Blah. Queen of Pentacles, knowing your worth, knowing that when you focus on one thing and you allow it to grow, you build a stronger foundation for yourself, and you'll feel more stable. So focusing on one thing at a time, it's kind of hard. So maybe 1 to 2, give yourself a grace with possibly 3 things to focus on, because I feel to be called to tell you guys, I feel like whoever I'm speaking to is like me, very scatterbrained, always, doing multiple things at one time. And just focusing on 1 to 2, maybe 3 things at a time, just to start out. So you're not like, oh my God, I'm not getting anything done. But at least you have that energy with this 5 of Wands. You have that energy that you can get all those things done. But when you focus on just 3, I didn't even see that. When you focus on just 3 and make the main one, and you hold that main one, and you just have these in the background and observe before you just move forward. They're observing, he's observing, she's observing, they're observing. So allow your energy to be observed and ask it what it wants before you just move forward. So sit down, make a plan. Sit down, make a plan, write out your thoughts, write out your feelings, write out the things that you want to change in yourself and in this world. And that all starts with trusting yourself. That all starts with trusting yourself. So I've done this multiple times, but it's been with letting people back in that were friends and family and even lovers. We've all done that, right? But when you start to pay attention and notice that every time someone comes in, you feel like a tower moment, then you should learn that that's your intuition telling you, or even just pattern recognition for that. It's like you need to, even when you notice the patterns, trust yourself enough to stop it. Set a boundary. Like, look here, I'll give you an example. I love my best friend, love them both with all of my heart. Maybe I got two hearts, but with both of my heart, with both of my hearts, I'm gonna say it. But I had to tell one, like, I have to take my energy back. I've told this story multiple times on my TikTok, but it's here for a reason, because I was always exerting myself because I didn't know what I was feeling, but I always felt that she needed me at a specific time, and I would message her or call her, and I would get ignored. Maybe it was just because she really was going through some things, and I had to learn, that people go through shit, and but when you also realize that you're giving attention to everybody else that gives zero fucks, 31:11 on the clock, when you give zero fucks about you, and it's like, when you see that, it hurts you because you feel so much for that person. And I told her straight up, like, I got to take my energy back. She said, you're not going to be able to not be my friend. You're my longest friend. I'm not saying I'm not going to be your friend. I'm saying I'm taking my energy back. And then she went listing a whole long story about what she was going through. And I said, this is exactly why the fuck I'm pissed off, because I feel you and I can't be there for you. But I never knew what it was or why I couldn't explain what it was when I would want to tell my friends, like, I just feel you and I need to make sure you're okay. And here we are. But then later on, like maybe a week or two ago, I seen her and she's like, oh, best friend, you look amazing. A lot of people have told me how good I look. A lot of people. But from her, it hit the heart because it came from her. And I'm ready to cry right now. I seen 3222. Like, it's like self-trust is created when you trust yourself to set that boundary. And it may be scary, it may hurt, because I feel like that's what it was. Like, I'm like, damn, I cut my energy off from her and she's telling me this. But no, you genuinely care about her and you had to protect yourself, because I was putting my energy out to somewhere it wasn't being like, don't get me wrong, when I needed her, or when she could, she was there. But when my energy is like, I need to know you're okay, it's like, it's two sides to a sword. Everybody gets hurt in a situation. The sword has blood from everybody now. It's not the hurt, it's not the cut, it's what you do after that. Self-trust is not created when everything is easy. It is created when I choose myself even when it's uncomfortable. So, reflection for the week. What action can I take this week that shows myself I can trust me? Are you strong enough to make that boundary to yourself and others? Because that sword, when you make a boundary, it's not for just them, it's for you. And we have to learn and understand that. Some questions that I have you to reflect on is, what is one promise I want to start keeping with myself? This is how you make your plan. So start with these questions. Where do my actions currently not match what I say I value? What would change if I truly believed I could trust myself? So your weekly practice, okay, remember, what is our pattern? I don't even remember. How do you treat yourself when no one's watching? That's the pattern we're watching this week. So how do you treat yourself when no one's watching? So, your weekly practice to build evidence is each day write down one thing you think that showed self trust. Did you say I was going to go to the library and went to the library? So, I started examples by saying that. I honored my boundary. I followed through. I rested when I needed to. Y'all, I didn't do nothing yesterday. And I'm starting to learn that on Thursdays, I thought that was my coaching day because it's heart chakra day, but apparently that's my day I need to myself. Because every Thursday it's something. Sometimes I can be happy, but I be on the inside real heavy. So I spoke honestly. I chose myself. So choose one promise, keep it daily, make it small enough that you can succeed. Don't try to be like, I'm going to work out for 4 days and just one time, one thing a day, one thing a day. To the point mine is my hip has been like literally, I felt like it's literally somebody's trying to cut it out. It's weird. So I love my stretches. I love yoga. I like to work out. But on days where I feel like I shouldn't, I just go for a walk. That's choosing and that's trusting in yourself. So for 7 days, complete this sentence. Today, I proved I can trust myself by. Today, I proved I can trust myself by. And we have affirmations over here. My girl, Brittany, I forget what her name is. I haven't watched her in a while, but she got me onto affirmations. And like I said before, questions really get our brain thinking, not just being told something. When we ask ourselves something over and over, that's the thought that comes like, why am I so amazing? What is it about me that makes me amazing? So our affirmation for this week is, why is it becoming easier for me to trust myself and honor my own commitments? Mm. Mm-hmm. Why is it becoming easier for me to trust myself and honor my own commitments? We have your journal prompt, guys. Write about the version of yourself you are becoming. What does this version of you do differently? How do they speak to themselves? What promises do they keep? What do they no longer abandon themselves for? It says she. I didn't pay that no attention, y'all. So that is your reading and your coaching session. Those are things that you have to ask yourself. And while you're watching this video, just know that these questions are tailored for you to think on how to trust yourself more and what to do with the information when you find it. Because we can always sit there and say, oh, yeah, I'm going to do this. And then you find out that information. Yeah, you have the information, but what are you going to do with it? And that is your message in your coaching session. I love you guys so much. Stay how I live. Rich.